Mr. Gandhi and the Emancipation of the Untouchables by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Chapter 7 Public Services. The Untouchables demand that a certain proportion of posts in the public services of the country shall be reserved for them, subject to the rule of minimum qualification. The Hindus object to this demand as they do to the other demands of the Untouchables. The stand they take is that the interests of the state require that capacity, efficiency, and character should be the only consideration and that caste and creed should have no place in making appointment to public offices. There is no dispute regarding character as a necessary qualification, nor is there any dispute regarding capacity and efficiency. The only point of dispute, and it is a very important point, is whether caste and creed should form a consideration which must be taken into account in the recruitment for the public services. Relying upon the educational qualification as the only tests of efficiency, the Hindus insist that public offices should be filled on the basis of competitive examination open to persons of all castes and creeds. They argue that such a system serves both purposes. It serves the purpose of efficiency, and secondly, it does not prohibit the entry of the untouchables in the public services of the country. The Hindus seek to give to their opposition to the demand of the untouchable an appearance of fairness by relying upon efficiency and competitive examination. Here again, the argument is quite beside the point. The question is not whether the competitive system of examination is or is not the proper method of getting efficient persons in public services. The question is whether the competitive system, simply because it is open to all castes and creeds, will enable the untouchables to get a footing in the public service. That depends upon the educational system of the state. Is it sufficiently democratic? Are the facilities for education sufficiently widespread and sufficiently used to permit persons from all classes to come forth to compete? Otherwise, even with the system of open competition, large classes are sure to be left out in the cold. This basic condition is conspicuous by its absence in India. Higher education in India is the monopoly of Hindus and particularly of high caste Hindus. By reason of untouchability, the untouchables are denied the opportunity for education. By reason of their poverty, higher education necessary for higher posts in the public service and higher posts in the public service are the only things that matter because they have a strategic value is not within their reach. The state will not take the financial responsibility of giving them higher education. They are demanding it by their resolution, and the Hindus will not extend the benefit of their charities to the untouchables. Hindu charity being shamefully communal, so that to ask the untouchables to rely upon the results of competitive examination and for entry into the public service is to practice a fraud upon them. The position taken up by the untouchables is no less unreasonable. They admit the necessity for maintaining efficiency. That is why in their resolution they themselves say that their demand shall be subject to the rule of minimum qualification. In other words, what the untouchables demand is that a minimum qualification should be prescribed for every post in the public service, and if two persons apply for such a post and the untouchable has the minimum qualification, he should be preferred to a Hindu even though the Hindu may have a qualification higher than the minimum qualification. It, of course, does mean that the basis for appointment should be minimum qualification and not the higher qualification. This may sound queer to those who do not mind if their test of efficiency gives certain communities a monopoly of public service. But did not Campbell Bannerman say that self-government was better than good government? What else are the untouchables demanding? They are prepared to recognize the need of having an efficient government. That is why they are ready to accept the requirement of minimum qualifications for entry in the public services of the country. What the untouchables are not prepared to do is to forego self-government for good government. Good government based on highest qualification will be a communal government, for the Hindus alone can claim qualifications higher than minimum qualifications. This is what they do not want. What they say is that minimum qualifications are enough for efficient government, and since it makes self-government possible, minimum qualification should be the rule for entry in public service. It ensures self-government as well as efficient government. The end.